All right, what's up, y'all? We're gonna do another fly today. Another easy to tie pattern. That's my specialty. Nothing difficult here. So we're gonna do a half and half variation clouser here. Pretty simple to tie, but a super effective pattern. You can tie this a bunch of different ways. I did this with some Indian neck hackle. Got that little barred, good action on the tail there, and then just your classic clouser pattern, olive over white. You can do chartreuse over white, whatever you like, and then just some heavy eyes to get it down pretty quick. So simple but super effective pattern, and I'll show you how to tie it. Let's do it. Ah! I got a size 1 hook on today. It's a good redfish hook. I just like one with a little bit longer shaft for clouser patterns. So get a hook started, lay down a thread base, and get the eye. Go ahead and get the eyes on. That'll be your first step. And a good tip for that is to take the dumbbell eyes you were using and measure back one length from the back of the eye there, give or take, and that kind of gives you a good level of how far back it needs to be. Give yourself room to tie on that bucktail. So we will get that going. Half and half again. We're going to start with a tail. So I've got some Indian saddle hackle, I believe this is. Kind of got a cool little barred color there. So I want to pick out some few good feathers here of this guy and get it going. So I want to do 2 per side. Again, your preference, you want to take all this fuzzy stuff off first or not. Make it a little cleaner to tie. And we will get these guys going right on the side of the hook here. There's a bunch of different ways to do it, but whatever works for you. Just try to get them straight coming off the back. Like so. And take another set. Try to get 2 that match each other. Line them up the best you can. And then try to get them closest to the same length as the other ones on the other side. Gonna start loose. Tighten up here. It's okay if you got some extra fluff. We're gonna cover that up anyways, but there's your tail. Easy enough. Give it some good action. Clean up a little bit. All right. Now we're gonna do some bucktail. It's gonna be just regular white bucktail. I think the best place to grab a little chunk towards the tip on the back side. You can tie this part pretty sparse actually, so you don't need a ton for this portion. Pull out some of the longer hairs, clean that up, and make sure you got a clean cut there to tie with. So you're gonna come directly behind the eyes on this one, get some loose wraps, and then you can kind of anchor it down a little bit on the back side of the eyes. And take this back all the way to where the tail started. You can make some pretty little cross hatches, but it doesn't really matter. All right, I'm gonna do another clump of white bucktail. Again, you can be pretty sparse with these guys. Less can be more. Pull out a few of the extras. Get your thread in front of the eyes. Make sure you got a clean cut here. And you want to come in at about a 45-degree angle here. Kind of start loose, and then you can tighten down more. Try to keep that straight as you can. Then we're going to come over the eyes. I like to go 1, 2, and then cross hatch that back 1, 2, and then you kind of make your line down here again at a bit of an angle if you can, and then come back at an X. It's never going to be perfect, at least not for me. There you go. and then bring it back one more time in front of the eyes, because now we're about to tie on the underside. So that's what we got. Go ahead and roll her over if you got a rotary vise. Now we're going to do the wing here on the back side. We're going to go olive with this guy, I think, because that looks pretty good, you know, close enough. And grab another clump towards the tip. We're going to pause 10 seconds for station identification because we forgot to put in flash. So let's do that. I think gold will look pretty good with this guy. Pick about 3 strands, should do it. And you can just tie these in on the sides. It's going to mess up my beautiful little crosshatch pattern, but that's okay. Three more. Put those guys in. And get back to the front of the eye. Shorten these dudes up a little bit. And we're rocking. All right. Back to that original clump of olive we had. Clean that up again. Come down at a 45 degree. Couple loose wraps, and then start tightening. Try to keep it as flat as you can. This part's always a little tough. Trying to get all this material in, but it should anchor down with a little bit of force. And then start wrapping towards the eye. And the old whip finish. 4 or 5 of those. Snap it off. And we'll come in here with the UV flow again. Let that get into the fibers. Again, we're going for effectiveness here, not beauty, but I think we'll get it done. All right. And that gives you the half and half. Just like that. Little flash, little tail action. Gonna get the same bounce jig that a Clouser has. And that's the wrap on the half and half. Boom. Can't wait to shatter a lens.